China is a country of breathtaking landscapes, rich history, and vibrant cities, but not every place is safe for travelers. While millions visit China every year without issues, there are certain locations where extreme weather, political tensions, or safety concerns make travel risky. In this video, we're uncovering the most dangerous places to visit in China in 2025. From remote, unpredictable terrains to regions with strict travel restrictions, you'll want to be fully informed before planning your trip. Stay tuned as we reveal the risks, challenges, and important safety tips to help you travel smart and stay safe. The first is Tibet, Lhasa, and surrounding areas. Tibet is one of China's most fascinating yet highly restricted regions. While its breathtaking monasteries and towering Himalayan peaks attract adventurous travelers, Tibet is a politically sensitive area with heavy government control. Foreigners need a special permit to visit, and independent travel is not allowed. You must be part of an organized tour. The Chinese government frequently restricts access during politically sensitive times, such as the anniversary of the 1959 Tibetan uprising. There have been instances where foreigners have been turned away at airports or train stations without warning. Aside from political restrictions, Tibet's high altitude is another major danger. Lhasa sits at 3,656 meters, or 11,995 feet above sea level, and many visitors suffer from altitude sickness. Symptoms range from headaches and nausea to life-threatening pulmonary edema. Some travelers who ignore these signs or ascend too quickly end up needing emergency evacuation. Moreover, if you plan to venture beyond Lhasa into places like Mount Kailash or Everest Base Camp, the risk increases due to even higher altitudes and extreme weather. Winter travel is particularly dangerous. Temperatures can drop below -20 degrees Celsius or -4 degrees Fahrenheit, and roads leading to Tibet can become blocked by snow. Even in summer, sudden blizzards and storms can make mountain passes treacherous. Medical facilities in Tibet are limited, and hospitals may not have the necessary equipment to handle serious conditions. If you fall seriously ill, the only option may be to evacuate to a lower altitude in a different province. The combination of political restrictions, extreme altitude, and harsh weather makes Tibet a risky destination for travelers unprepared for the challenges. The second is Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Xinjiang is a vast region in western China known for its stunning deserts, Silk Road history, and diverse ethnic groups, including the Uyghur people. However, Xinjiang is one of the most heavily surveilled places in the world due to government security measures. Foreigners traveling to this region may encounter police checkpoints every few kilometers, requiring passport inspections and questioning. Security cameras monitor every street, and internet access is heavily restricted. Websites and messaging apps that work in other parts of China may be blocked in Xinjiang. Aside from the strict security environment, travel restrictions make visiting certain areas extremely difficult. Some towns, particularly those near the borders with Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Pakistan, are off-limits to foreigners. Even if you obtain permission, police may escort you out of certain areas without explanation. Xinjiang's geography also presents risks. The region includes vast deserts such as the Taklamakan Desert, one of the world's largest shifting sand deserts. Temperatures can exceed 50 degrees Celsius or 122 degrees Fahrenheit in summer, making dehydration and heat stroke serious dangers. Some roads through the desert stretch for hundreds of kilometers without towns or water sources. If your car breaks down or you get lost, it could be life-threatening. Another danger is the region's occasional earthquakes. Xinjiang sits on the collision zone of the Eurasian and Indian tectonic plates, making it prone to seismic activity. The city of Kashgar and surrounding areas have experienced several deadly earthquakes in the past. If you're traveling in rural areas, medical assistance may be far away. Given the combination of political sensitivity, security restrictions, and harsh landscapes, Xinjiang is not an easy or entirely safe destination for travelers in 2025. The third is Yunnan-Tibet Highway. This road is famous for being one of the most dangerous highways in the world. Connecting Yunnan province with Tibet, the road winds through narrow mountain passes, deep gorges, and high-altitude plateaus. Landslides and rockfalls are common, especially during the rainy season from June to September. The road is often unpredictable. One day it may be open, and the next a section may collapse due to heavy rain. The high altitude makes travel even more challenging. Certain sections of the highway reach over 4,000 meters or 13,000 feet, putting travelers at risk of altitude sickness if they ascend too quickly. Oxygen levels at this altitude are significantly lower, making it hard to breathe. Many first-time travelers experience dizziness, shortness of breath, or headaches, and in severe cases, they may require emergency medical attention. Winter is especially dangerous. Ice and snow make the already treacherous road even more slippery, increasing the risk of accidents. The road has no guardrails in certain sections, meaning one wrong turn could send a vehicle plummeting hundreds of meters down a cliff. Some bus and truck drivers who frequently use this route rely on local knowledge and experience, but for tourists unfamiliar with the road's dangers, attempting to drive here could be deadly. Adding to the risks, roadside assistance and emergency services are almost non-existent. If your vehicle breaks down in a remote area, you may have to wait for hours, if not days, for help. Phone signals are weak or non-existent in certain areas, making communication difficult. Travelers who attempt this journey need to be fully prepared, travel with experienced guides, and understand the potential risks. The fourth is Changbai Mountains near the North Korea border. The Changbai Mountains, located in northeastern China along the border with North Korea, are known for their stunning landscapes and the famous Heaven Lake. However, this region presents multiple dangers for travelers. One of the biggest risks is its proximity to North Korea. Some sections of the border are poorly marked, and wandering into North Korean territory, even by accident, could have serious consequences. China's border security in this area is strict, and visitors may be stopped for questioning by police or military personnel. Tensions between China and North Korea can change suddenly, and border restrictions may tighten without warning. Beyond political risks, the natural dangers in the Changbai Mountains are significant. The terrain is rugged and unpredictable, with dense forests, steep cliffs, and harsh winter conditions. Temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius or minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit in winter, making hiking extremely dangerous for those not properly equipped. The region is also volcanically active. Heaven Lake sits in the crater of a dormant volcano that has erupted multiple times in history. Scientists monitor the area closely, but volcanic activity remains a potential risk. The remoteness of the Changbai Mountains adds another layer of danger. Rescue operations are difficult, and hospitals are far from most hiking areas. If you suffer an injury or get lost in the mountains, it could take hours for help to arrive. The fifth is Guizhou's karst caves and mountains. Guizhou province is known for its stunning limestone karst landscapes, deep caves, and towering mountains. While these natural formations attract adventurous travelers, they also present significant dangers. Many of the caves in Guizhou are unmapped and unexplored, making cave diving or spelunking risky. Some caves have hidden sinkholes, and visitors who venture too deep without proper guidance may find themselves trapped or lost. The mountainous regions of Guizhou are prone to landslides, especially during the rainy season from May to September. Heavy rains can cause entire sections of mountainsides to collapse, blocking roads or burying hikers under tons of debris. Many hiking trails are poorly marked, and the region's thick fog can make visibility difficult, increasing the risk of getting lost. Another major danger is the flash floods that occur in the region. Guizhou's deep river valleys and cave systems can quickly fill with water after heavy rains. Some travelers exploring underground rivers or canyons have been trapped and drowned when unexpected floods swept through. Emergency services in remote parts of Guizhou are limited, meaning that if something goes wrong, help may take hours to arrive. If you're visiting Guizhou's karst caves and mountains, hiring an experienced local guide and checking weather conditions beforehand is absolutely essential. The sixth is Sichuan-Tibet Highway. This is another one of China's most dangerous roads, stretching from Chengdu in Sichuan province to Lhasa in Tibet. The road crosses some of the highest mountain passes in the world, with sections reaching over 5,000 meters or 16,400 feet above sea level. The altitude alone poses a major risk, as travelers who ascend too quickly may suffer from acute mountain sickness, or AMS. Severe cases can lead to pulmonary or cerebral edema, which are life-threatening conditions requiring immediate evacuation. The road itself is narrow and winding, with sheer drops on either side. Landslides, rockfalls, and avalanches are common, particularly during the rainy season. Some sections of the road are unpaved, muddy, and prone to sudden collapses. Even experienced drivers struggle with the difficult conditions, and traffic accidents are frequent. Adding to the dangers, the Sichuan-Tibet Highway passes through remote, sparsely populated areas. Gas stations and repair shops are few and far between, and in winter, sections of the road may be completely impassable due to heavy snowfall. If your vehicle breaks down or you get caught in a storm, you may be stranded for hours or even days. Only travelers with proper preparation, experience in high-altitude travel, and emergency supplies should attempt this route. The seventh is Mount Everest's North Base Camp, located on the Tibet side. While the South Base Camp in Nepal is more famous, the North Base Camp in Tibet is also a major destination for adventure seekers. However, the extreme altitude and harsh conditions make it a high-risk location. At an elevation of 5,150 meters or 16,900 feet, the oxygen level is only 50% of what it is at sea level. Many visitors struggle with altitude sickness, experiencing symptoms like headaches, nausea, and dizziness. In severe cases, altitude sickness can lead to fatal pulmonary or cerebral edema. The weather at North Base Camp is unpredictable. Sudden snowstorms and freezing winds can make conditions unbearable. Even in summer, temperatures can drop below -10 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Travelers who are not properly equipped with thermal clothing and high-altitude gear risk frostbite or hypothermia. Reaching the North Base Camp requires a special permit, and medical facilities are extremely limited. If a traveler falls seriously ill, the only way to get proper medical treatment is to descend to a lower altitude, which can take several hours or even days. The harsh climate, lack of oxygen, and remote location make Mount Everest's North Base Camp one of the most dangerous places to visit in China. The eighth is the Taklamakan Desert in Xinjiang. Known as the Sea of Death, the Taklamakan Desert is one of the largest and driest deserts in the world. Spanning over 337,000 square kilometers, it is a vast, inhospitable landscape with no permanent water sources. The biggest danger here is the extreme heat. In summer, temperatures can soar above 50 degrees Celsius, making dehydration and heat stroke serious threats. The desert's shifting sand dunes make navigation extremely difficult. Even experienced travelers can get lost, as there are no landmarks or roads in some parts of the desert. Sandstorms are another major hazard, as they can reduce visibility to near zero and bury vehicles under tons of sand. Few travelers venture deep into the Taklamakan Desert due to its harsh conditions and lack of resources. If you become stranded, rescue operations are challenging due to the vast, empty landscape. Anyone attempting to explore this region should have proper survival training, plenty of water, GPS navigation, and a local guide. The Taklamakan Desert remains one of the most extreme and dangerous environments in China. The ninth is Tiger Leaping Gorge in Yunnan Province. Tiger Leaping Gorge is one of the deepest river canyons in the world and a popular trekking destination. However, the trail is not for the faint of heart. The paths are narrow, often running along sheer cliffs with no guardrails or safety barriers. One misstep can send a hiker plunging hundreds of meters down into the roaring Jinsha River below. The area is prone to landslides and rockfalls, particularly after heavy rain. In some cases, large boulders have fallen onto the trails, blocking the path and making travel dangerous or impossible. Flash floods can also occur in the canyon, especially during the rainy season from May to October. Another danger is the remoteness of the trail. If a traveler suffers an injury, medical assistance is hours away, and there are few emergency services available. Many parts of the trail have no phone signal, making it difficult to call for help. Travelers attempting this hike should be physically fit, well prepared, and aware of the risks involved. The 10th is Wolong National Nature Reserve in Sichuan. Wolong National Nature Reserve is famous for its giant pandas, but the region is also highly earthquake-prone. Sichuan province sits on a major seismic fault line, and Wolong was devastated by the 2008 Wenchuan earthquake, which killed nearly 90,000 people. The risk of future earthquakes remains high, making this an unpredictable travel destination. In addition to seismic risks, the mountainous terrain of Wolong makes it susceptible to landslides and flash floods. Heavy rains can trigger landslides that bury roads and hiking trails, making travel dangerous or impossible. Some remote villages and panda research centers in the area become completely cut off during extreme weather events. While the panda conservation efforts attract many visitors, travelers should be aware that the region is remote and emergency response is limited. If an earthquake or landslide occurs, it could take hours or even days for rescue teams to reach affected areas. Travelers should check seismic activity reports and weather conditions before visiting Wolong National Nature Reserve. China is a fascinating country with so much to offer, but as we've seen, not all destinations are ideal for tourists. Whether it's harsh natural conditions, ongoing conflicts, or strict government policies, understanding these risks is crucial before booking your trip. If you're planning to visit China in 2025, make sure to stay updated on travel advisories, respect local laws, and always put your safety first. Have you ever visited any of these risky places, or are there any spots you think should be on this list? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more travel updates from Travel with Damal Consult. Safe travels.